Hello, and welcome to our first podcast of Clever Connections. My name is Alanna, and I'm your host. Today, we are talking with my friend Viktoriya, and she has a spa here in Lakewood, Ohio, called what is it again?
You versus Wellness.
You versus Wellness. Thank you. So, what got you into massage therapy?
Kind of was a destiny call. I was in college trying to figure out what I wanted to study in college, and I started hearing people talk about massage therapy around me all the time, and I looked into the program and it interested me, and I was like, I'll give it a try. It's only 2 years program. I'll just jump into it, and if I don't like it, I'll switch to something else. But I ended up loving it and being really good at it. So here, 5 years later, I'm still at it.
Wow. So, how long have you had your own business then?
I just opened in August, so it's very brand new.
That's exciting. Was that very nervous? Had you worked with someone in the past, underneath somebody's office, or?
I have worked for two local businesses. One was small business called Healing Hands in North Royalton. The other one was Med Massage. They had 3 locations, so I gained a lot of good experience working for somebody else.
That's good. It's always good to gain the experience and then be able to implement that with your own ideas of how you want to do things. So my question is, I don't know about anyone else, but I have actually never really looked for a massage therapist before. This is my first time in a spa. I don't know the first thing about how to go about finding the right person, making sure they're certified. So could you tell me a little bit about some tips and tricks that you would suggest when looking for a massage therapist?
Yeah. Well, so first of all, you want to make sure your massage therapist is licensed. And in Ohio, massage therapists are required to be licensed by Medical State Board of Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you can see, we do have a Ohio license certificate here on the wall. If the therapist does not have that certificate displayed in their place of work or business, then you can ask for one. You can ask just, may I see your license, your massage therapy license? So I want to make sure you're licensed.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the first thing you can do to actually secure, make sure it's a good therapist.
Right.
Then you could also make sure by coming to the place and seeing how their business is, place of business, if it's comfortable, if it's nice, if it's open, it's not like hidden somewhere in a dark room in the back of some other business, because that's already a first sign of something not being right here. If they're open and they, open on social media, they have a website or share the information about business, you already know it's a reliable place of business, that they're open about everything they do. So that's another
That makes
to look
sense.
for.
So what's the difference between just a random person giving you a massage and someone who's certified? Can it hurt you if you get a massage from someone?
It could, because people might not know all the details of massage, like when to press harder, when to lighten up, how long the massage could last. It's very important not to overdo it. If you're a first time, getting massage and you come in and I want to do 2-hour massage. And the person that's not licensed, they'll be like, okay, here's how much you can pay me. I'll take your money. I'll give you 2-hour massage. They'll overdo it for you. You'll be sore for a week after your massage.
Yeah, that would not be good. That's not why you're going in.
Exactly. But if you come to a professional will be like, okay, it's your first massage ever. Let's do a relaxation massage, 1 hour. It's like introductory. It's a basic, massage for me to get familiar with what your needs are, and for you to see how you like it. We'll take it slow and we'll discover what type of pressure you prefer, what type of massage you might need in the future. Yeah, so they'll work with you, at your level. They're not going to push, your limits and be like, no, we gotta go deeper because I know better. I'm a massage therapist. They're not gonna say you need longer therapy because you're so tight.
Okay, that makes sense. So they will basically figure out what's going on with your muscles and try and tailor the program to your needs rather than say, oh, sure, let's do this longer. It costs this much more for this much longer. So I have another question then. Can a person be sore after a regular massage, after a professional? Is that normal?
Yes, yes. Depends on type of a massage, but even if it's a relaxation massage with a medium to deeper pressure, uh, person still could be sore because they're not used to the type of work. It's almost like an exercise, you know, it's almost like exercising because you're working out the muscles. So it could create soreness, but you shouldn't really be sore after relaxation massage.
That makes sense.
But there is a deep tissue and sports therapy massage, which do warn you that you might be sore. It's very common to be sore after deep tissue because the therapist actually goes deep into that tissue, breaks up that scar tissue in the muscles to make it smooth so the muscle can perform better.
That makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
'Cause, I mean, for me, being able to trust someone, especially like somebody's touching you, and depending on the kind of massage, you're going to be like half dressed. So I would be more comfortable getting to know the person I'm would be receiving the massage from. So is it appropriate to want to do like a brief meeting with the massage therapist before you even go into a therapy session? Like what kind of things they offer? Would that be something that would be appropriate and typical of someone who's new?
Yeah, depends on your comfort level. Therapist can work with you at your first massage appointment. You could always say, I don't feel comfortable undressing, and they can always work with you through your clothes. You don't have to undress. You know, they can do little compression to your legs, compressions to arms, little work on your neck because the neck usually is exposed enough. Even if you're wearing a t-shirt, they still can massage your head, your neck, hands, arms, you know. So you don't have to undress if you don't feel like it at the time of your appointment. And then as you go on, if you did like your therapist, you can come back, and if you feel more comfortable, you can undress. And also, it's important to know that you can always stop your session. You come in, let's say the next appointment, you enjoyed your massage and you said, yes, I'll undress, I am comfortable. And then your therapist did something you didn't like, and you were like, you know what, I don't feel comfortable, I would like to end my session. You can easily say that and just end your session. But the professional therapist, will work with you in your comfort level and make sure you feel, you know, safe and comfortable with
Right.
whatever's going on, because it's therapy for you to help you with, you know, mental stress, physical stress relief. So you might want to look for those therapists who are willing to work with you at your comfort level.
Those are all really good tips. I honestly feel more comfortable than just talk. I mean, I've known you for a while, but just talking to you and learning about the whole process, I feel comfortable. Like, hey, let's go get a massage
Right?
now.
Yeah.
So, what are your goals for the coming year with your business? Do you have goals yet, or do you want to see where it goes, or?
I do have goals. So this is my first business, like open with my own business. So I just want to set it up to the point where it runs smoothly, because there's so many like kinks to running a business
You
every
have to work the
time.
kinks out, just like a
Yes,
massage.
exactly. I like that comment. Yes, so it takes a lot of time to work out everything and make it all run smoothly. Because always there are issues with music and booking systems, websites, everything, you know.
People running late.
People running late all the time. So yeah, just trying to you know, make it run smoothly so you don't have those kinks or not as many.
That
So
makes
that's
sense.
the goal for for the rest of the year, or going into the next year, you know.
So, on top of owning your own business, you're also doing something very special here in Cleveland, and that is working with the Ukrainian refugees who have been coming here for a while now. And a lot of people don't even know that we have refugees coming here from the Ukraine. So, what do you do for the organization? What's the name of the organization you're assisting with, and what are you doing for them?
The organization is called USCRI, US Committee for Refugees and Immigrants, and we do help all the immigrants, not just the Ukrainians, but
Okay.
also Afghans, African, Hispanic, Venezuelans that they're coming here now from Venezuela. Uh, all over the world, people come to our organization for help. We help them with basic necessities like getting housing, access to benefits, access to medical insurance. We help them to get work authorization and social security number. We connect them to the food banks, so they can survive better. We help them to find transportation like cars, or we even offer bus tickets, where they can use it for 7 days. Like one ticket is good for 7 days, so they can just use it for free. Any way we can. We also link them to clothing organizations like the Joseph's House. They offer free clothing for refugees and immigrants. So we offer a lot of things.
Wow, that's really amazing. So, and it's the other thing I want to kind of differentiate between the difference of a normal immigration or a regular immigration versus someone who's coming over as a refugee. My mom immigrated to the United States a long time ago. She came through with a nursing program because the U.S. was short on nurses, and she immigrated that way. But we weren't facing any persecution. We weren't facing food shortages. What are some of the conditions that refugees are facing where they're coming from? And I kind of, you did mention everywhere, but specifically Ukraine, because you're using your skills to help Ukrainians. And what would those skills be?
Well, first of all, I am multilingual. I speak Ukrainian and Russian and English, so that helps a lot, especially now that we have a lot of Ukrainians who come from Ukraine that only speak Russian or Ukrainian and they don't speak English. So in order for us to help them better and serve them better, we need that Ukrainian speaking person on the staff, to help them out better. Because if you try to interpret or translate every single thing that they're trying to say or you trying to tell them, that would take you forever to just communicate.
It does, and I've tried to use translation devices before, and you know that it's not quite what you were trying to say, but it kind of gets the point across, which is fine for a normal conversation. But when you're filling out legal paperwork, like for Social Security or for housing, and you want to make sure that you're a-okay with the government and everything, you don't want to just kind of get the idea across. You need to make sure that it is exactly what it's supposed to say. So that would be where a translator would come in versus just trying to Google it all.
Exactly. And that's a good point you brought up, that you said like legal stuff and dealing with the government. That's what we help with. That's another skill, if you will, that I bring in, or I learned. They taught me, at the organization, because I didn't have those skills before I started working for them. But as I started working with them, I did learn those skills, of immigration skills, and how to apply for benefits, how to talk to family job services and apply for the benefits. And I learned about how to update somebody's insurance, medical insurance, all those things, how to apply for work authorization and social security number. It's not something that even Americans know how to do.
No, I had to go through the immigration process, and it was a while ago. I had to have a lawyer help me, and I'm an English speaking, previously Canadian. So if it's difficult for me, who's familiar with the language, I can imagine how much harder it is for someone who's just had to evacuate where they've been living, and then a huge changes, difference in culture, different in language, different in everything's different. They kind of have walked. It's kind of like an Alice in Wonderland feeling, and I would assume you'd feel very lost. So, what kind of conditions are they coming from?
Exactly what you mentioned. So many people, they just run for their life. They just take their backpack, coat, boots on, and they just leave as fast as they can. Just jump in the cars, they're leaving, and just leave because their cities are being bombed. Just very horrible conditions. also a lot of people leaving from other states. They're not being bombed as much, just like occasionally here and there. So you never know where the bomb is going to land. But they experience like they have no lights, no electricity, no water, no heat. Winter's coming, you know. They sleep in the cold houses, cold apartments without electricity, without heat. They have to use candles all the time. They only probably get light 2 hours a day, you know, to warm up their houses and to cook something very quickly and do whatever they have to do, like take a shower or, you know, whatever the basic needs are. But that's where they run from this impossible living conditions.
I was reading an article a little while ago. It had happened, I think, maybe about 3 weeks ago, when um, the Ukraine had been bombed during the rush hour, and people were on their way to work and school. And we're talking cities that what I was gathering was the size of Cleveland. It would be like Cleveland being bombed, and us having to take shelter and not having anywhere to go while missiles are falling. You don't know if it's going to fall on your head or if it's going to hit your kid's school. Like, I cannot imagine what it would be like. I mean, I can try, but I don't think there is any way for anyone to really imagine what someone goes through like that unless they've experienced it themselves. Um, and what you're doing with translating, you're doing everything that you can to help. What are some of the things that if anyone, my viewers and listeners, wanted to do, what would be some things that we could do to assist the program? Because I know that there are people who want to help, but they don't know where to turn to. They don't know, because a lot of places, oh yeah, give us money, and you don't know if it's a legitimate charity or if they're pocketing it. Um, how could we assist in the efforts that this program is doing?
Yeah, so donating money, yes, it's like one of the biggest things. And we are a nonprofit organization. We are government sponsored, so we are a legit organization.
Right. You can't
There,
get more legit than, okay, we are sponsored by the government. So.
yes. So that's like biggest way to help right now, because you know people try to donate clothes and things, and while those things are very important, money could help more, because we can just purchase what is necessary at the moment, instead of, you know, waiting for this person that comes in and like, I need furniture, and we'll be like, okay, today we do have furniture, somebody donated it, tomorrow we don't, you know, and what are we going to do, wait for another donor to give us furniture? Instead we could have money and, you know, use those money to buy those people furniture, or invest, you know, connect to another organization like the Cleveland Furniture Bank, and through them we can furnish somebody's house, you know.
So there's other places that if people had some things that are useful but they don't need anymore, there are places that could take these donations. Because I know people say, oh, I just bought a new couch, my other couch is fine, it's just the wrong color for me. They could still be able to assist by donating gently used things through other organizations. Are they listed on the website, the ones that you're partnered with?
I'm not sure if they're listed, but you could always contact us at our email, u4ucle@uscrimail.org.
Okay.
And people always reach out to us saying, we have these things to donate, who can we turn to? And we always direct them to where they have to go, you know, who they have to contact in order to donate these things. Like for the clothes, the Joseph's House; for the furniture, the Cleveland Furniture Bank. And we have many more organizations we work with, but these two are just the main ones that we actually work on a regular basis with.
So that's very, I think, helpful. I know my mom wanted to be donating some things, but we didn't know, because we had some things that, you know, of course we want to donate money to, and we have, and we're going to. Um, but I think it's kind of wasteful when it's perfectly good things that we could be helping someone else who just lost everything. And I think that that's really nice that you are able to have people that can take those kinds of questions and direct people to the right places in order to help out. So especially hard, I think, feeling helpless and was like, well, all I can do is just stand and watch and read the news and be upset. But now there's an outlet where you can actually do something about it, even if it's just a little something. Even if you're donating $5 or $10 or whatever, or you're donating some clothing to the Joseph's House, that's something. And that's one more thing that I think fights against hate, that has been going on in this world, something that we can show that our fellow humans, that we care about them.
Yes. And as you've been asking me before about the small donations like hygiene, kids, and stuff like that, we do accept that at our donation center at the USCRI on Fulton Road here in Cleveland.
So like unused shampoo, brand new deodorant, toothpaste, things like that.
Yeah, lotion. We even accept blankets, pillows, kitchenware, silverware, toys, kids' toys. We do not have a lot of storage rooms, so we can only accept like these small things. You know, we cannot fit the entire bed in there, but small things like that we can store. And we do have them there at our office. And when families come in, we create what we call housing kits for them that include all the necessities they need, from, you know, pillows, blankets to kitchen stuff. You know, we include those small things into this housing kit. And if they have no way of delivering it themselves, we help to deliver it to their house. So they have all these basic necessities right away.
Yeah, I'm glad that we're able to do that for everyone, and by helping out your organizations. So what are your future goals then with that? Are you going to be continuing to use your time for that?
I am, as much as I can right now, since the war is still going on, and you know, nobody knows when it's going to be over. So I'm trying to help out as much as I can. You know, my business is my priority at the moment because I do have to build it up, but at the same time, for my soul, you know, like my priority is to help out the Ukrainians as much as I can. It's weird, you know, like for my like personal life, yeah, like for personal life, I have to prioritize something that, you know, like can keep me like sustainable, self-sustainable. But I do want to give, so I'm just trying to do both at the moment and hoping it works out. But with people like, you know, you, and I have a lot of other people that are supporting me, and I'm blessed to be in this position to be able to help because I'm being helped all the time. So, you know, like for the person that has so much in their life, it's not hard to give. It's just that we have to choose to give, and it has to, like, I don't know, we have to have a big heart. Instead of, you know, closing ourselves and be like, I'm just gonna sit in my comfortable space and people need something, I have nothing to give, like why nobody gives me anything. But if you look at it from different perspective, like I've been given so much and my life is so comfortable, it's my turn to start giving. You know, even if you're not at the sweet spot yet, you know, maybe you still work paycheck to paycheck. I do, but still I do want to give because I can.
And every little bit helps, you
Exactly.
know, whether it's a little time here, a little money there, a little item here. Nothing is too small in order to help another human being.
Yeah, the one who gives will never go broke, they say. So
I believe that. I know that when I am able to help someone, I like that more than getting something. I've done something with my life that is helping another human being, and I don't really see why else we're on earth if not to be good and kind to each other. All right, well, thank you for joining us today on Clever Connections. This is my friend Viktoriya with You versus Wellness, and I am Alanna, your host. Please make sure you follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and I will have the links for everything that we have talked about in the comment section and on our website as well. So thank you. We'll see you again next time.